I had decided to go to church this morning.
Church was chill. It was pretty good. Oh, sorry, my camera's like really dirty. Learned a lot. If you're in darkness, the Lord will be the light. But seriously, and then my boyfriend and I, we went to go get tacos. I love bacon and egg. And it's crazy windy outside, so be cautious and careful because it started to blow me away, literally. At one point, we couldn't even open the door because the wind was just blowing on it so hard. And I'm about to get ready for work again. I'm really not used to this schedule, and I haven't even had time for homework, so I'm kind of nervous. Hopefully we'll be able to get it all done. I get off at 6:30, so hopefully after that I can dedicate and focus my time towards homework. But we'll see, because I was supposed to do that last night and it didn't work out quite like that. Definitely need to get back into the rhythm of school and work and homework. Oh, but I really need help with something. Tomorrow is the last day to drop or add classes. And I thought I might need more classes, so I took a Principles of Marketing class, and I'm very nervous about it. It seems a bit difficult. The professor definitely seems challenging, and there are a lot of homework assignments, group assignments, and readings to get done throughout the semester. And I already did buy the ebook for this class, but I don't really know if I'm willing to put in that much effort, and I really hate quitting, so I don't personally want to drop the class, but at the same time I already have a pretty full schedule, not in just the classes I'm taking, but the level of difficulty of the classes that I'm taking. And I'm very involved in other organizations on campus, so I need some advice, please. Should I or should I not drop this class of marketing? That's not even my major, it was just an extra class that I took, but I did already buy the book. If you have any advice for me or want me to break down that story a bit better, just start up a chat with me and I would love to hear what you'll have to say. No eyebrows today, but Jesus Christ, it's already, I have to leave my house in 5 minutes and I don't even know what to wear. I'm so freaking hungry. I don't know why. I ate tacos like 3 hours ago, so I took a banana. I don't want to go to work. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, there was a spider that is in my car somewhere, and I'm kind of like paranoid every time I get in my car now. It was small, but he just definitely swung around his web and like flew in my window and then was on my seat when I got to work yesterday, and I was just kind of scared. And I told my managers at work, and they all just kind of laughed at me. But I was like, no, this is serious. This is a real issue. Like, does this face look like it's joking? No, this is serial. Anyways, I'm going to be late to work, so. Y'all, if this ain't the realest vlog y'all have ever seen in your life, this is some real shit. I was at work. There was an active shooter in the food court right above where I work. And I'll tell y'all the details. But I need to get home. There's a shit ton of police cars. There were some ambulances and fire trucks here. I'm good. I'm safe. I was with my coworkers the entire time. We even helped some shoppers into our store and help them evacuate as well. Let's see if I can get a shot of like just how many police cars are like just at the front. There's a lot on the other end of the mall as well. OMG, so I couldn't get a shot because, believe it or not, even though this had just happened, there was a car that was still rude while I was backing out and wasn't allowing me to move forward in any way, so I couldn't take a picture. But I just had put up some pictures that I took when we were evacuated out of the Macy's end of the mall. So immediately there was about 4 cars out there, and then later, probably like 15 minutes later, there was about 3 more that showed up. Okay, so I guess where should I start with this? Let's start at the beginning, huh? So I was prepping the store for inventory because I told my boss I would work inventory tomorrow morning, and so I was at the front of the store on the men's side. And then, so all I hear was a loud crash, and I really didn't think anything of it because we have the food court right above us. And in the mornings, they make a lot of racket, just turning on all their equipment and getting it all ready and moving their like racks around. But then immediately after, I heard shrieking and screaming, and then a series of about 4 to 5 gunshots go off. So then I just kind of look up and look outside, and there's like nobody out there, and then there are some people starting to run towards our store. I had a lady with a stroller with her baby inside, and another lady right behind her friend, who is pregnant. They came running in, yelling that there was a shooter, so I immediately started running towards the back, and they were kind of following me. And to get to the back, you have to go through our fitting rooms, and there was a family back there that kind of almost stampeded through me. They were beyond panicking and kind of freaking out and screaming at me on how to get out. They were yelling at me on how to get out, where to hide, and I just led them towards the back in the best way that I could. And then, so I let them know that we do have an office back there, and then so they ran towards that, and there was another manager in there. He was on his break taking a nap. He had no idea what was going on because he was clocked out for like the past hour. And so they were just kind of freaking out. He was about to turn on the light so they were able to see, but the mom yelled like, no, don't turn on the light, like turn your phone on silent. And the dad was trying to shut the door so quickly, but we have hangers on the door closer, so obviously the door wasn't going to close. And then the dad asked if there was another exit, so I pointed in the direction of our second back door exit. And this exit is used for emergencies only, so if you even press on the door to push open, the alarm is going to go off, and that's exactly what happened. And the mom and the son still had our merchandise on, so they were kind of like tearing off whatever items that they had on them and just bolted out the door. And by this point, all the other people on the women's side came in, and then some more people on the men's side came in through the back. We had 2 customers calling the cops, and then we were informed that there was a dispatcher en route. We probably waited in the back of our store for about 15 minutes before we got another phone call telling us to evacuate the building through our back door. And our back door leads towards the Macy's end, but all our cars were parked on the complete opposite end of the mall. So we got evacuated. There was about 3 to 4 cop cars out there already. And our store manager let one of the cops know that we did have a pregnant lady with us who was 3 weeks out from being due. So someone went to go check on her, and then we were all just kind of waiting around, and I kind of overheard them saying that they had not found a shooter yet. And in another 5 minutes, they just told us to start heading towards the fields, so that's like on the complete perimeter of the mall. I was with my coworkers, and we were like the only ones that really listened to that, but then in another probably like 5 minutes, everyone started dodging towards the field. So out on the field was when I took the pictures that I had posted and showed you the vehicles of cop cars, and then some more cops showed up with larger weapons. And then the helicopters began to circle around the mall several times. And at this point, all we really knew was that there was an active shooter. We heard 4 to 5 gunshots. The shooter was near K Jewelers. And we probably waited out there in the field for about an hour. Then we began to see some cop cars leaving. We saw about 2 to 3 cars leave. Then we began walking towards the end where our cars were all parked. We did run into a few vehicles that were asking if they were letting people out, what happened, because there was definitely still people stuck inside the mall. JCPenney's had their like metal purge gates down. And once we were able to see the front of the mall, we saw just cop cars lined up. We saw 2 fire trucks out there. Every time I'm referencing cop car, I mean like their SUV, bigger vehicles. And as we approached the front parking lot where we were all kind of getting closer to our cars, we saw some cops running inside, so we just kind of froze all together. But we all made it safe to our vehicles. Everybody made it home that I was with, all my coworkers. If you go to my Twitter, which I'm putting right here, I put up the latest article that I could find on the information. In the article, it does state that there was 2 shooters and they were trying to rob K Jewelers, and there was a man trying to stop the robbery who was shot and killed. The lady that we had who is 3 weeks out from being due, I believe she was the one that ended up going into labor. Y'all, all I can say is please be careful where you go. The Lord was looking out for me today. I went to Mass this morning.